Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do a review on this closure that I have. This closure is from Diva Mane Elevation. And we are going to be talking about how to find a raw closure a raw closure or frontal to go with some raw hair that is from a different company. So without further ado, let's get into this video, you guys. So this is the first company where I found that they have provided a raw closure that is over 20 inches. This particular closure is 22 inches. So don't know if you guys can tell or not, but my bundles are a different color than my hair. Like you can see that these pieces are brown. The front part is like an off black. So I'm going to have to dye the hair, but it actually looks good the way that it is. I did bleach the knots on this closure and it took perfectly. I left it on for about 30 minutes and this is how it looks. However, if the front of it looks crazy, you guys, I have not glued it down. What I have noticed is if you're a complexion like mine, I'm not dark skinned, I'm not light skinned either. I'm like smack dead in the middle. You are still going to want to put a foundation powder or a foundation color on your lace unless you're tinting your lace, because the lace does come in this light brown color and it shows. You can't just bleach your knots and stick it on your hair. You're gonna have to put a foundation powder unless you are very closer to the lighter skin. So it took me about 3 to 4 weeks to decide on where I wanted to get my closure or my frontal for this particular hair. So what you guys don't realize about frontals or closures when it comes to raw hair, every set of raw hair looks different. This particular raw Indian curly hair that I had was a little bit more coarse and a little bit more curly. So you'll notice that some Indian curly hair is shiny and a little bit more wavy. Some Indian curly frontals or closures are a little bit more coarse and a little bit more like ringlet-like, and that's what I needed. So what I did was I went on Google and I typed in raw Indian curly frontal. Most companies, if they are raw companies, you'll notice that a lot of raw companies normally gravitate to closures only. So if you're like looking at Luxury Tresses by Fab, if you're looking at Diva Mane, there's a lot of companies that only do closures, so just be mindful of that. It's very hard to find a good frontal or a closure when it comes to raw hair without it matting up on you or without you having to pluck so much, because they don't know how to properly make frontals or closures for raw hair. That's why processing time is normally long, because it is hard to find a really good vendor for raw frontals or closures. So what I did, you guys, once I got on the Google and I Googled companies, your average companies come up. If I'm looking for an Indian curly frontal, Juicy Hair Fair pops up. A lot of other different companies pop up, but what you need to do is you need to go to their Instagram page. If they have an Instagram page, you're going to want to go through and look at every post when it comes to the particular texture and the particular pattern that you're looking for. So if I wanted an Indian curly frontal, I would go to Juicy Hair Fair on their IG, look up ladies that have been wearing the Indian curly hair and see how it looks. You need to look not just at one picture, but continue to scroll down and see if that pattern, see if that texture, see if the coarseness of the hair is consistent throughout. If it is, then you should totally buy it. Sometimes companies will advertise raw hair, but it will be somewhere in fine print on their website. Make sure that you look at the details. They will tell you that the hair was steam processed to get that particular wave. Now, let me explain to you why you do not want to get a steam processed frontal or closure. Granted, your bundles are raw. That texture that they steam to get will last you a while, but eventually those waves, those curls, whatever it is that you have going on, they will eventually fall. So you will be walking around here with a straight frontal or closure while your bundles are still curly. So it is better to get a fully unprocessed raw frontal or closure. So yeah, you guys, that's about it. I had two companies kind of lined up, and I did order from more than one company when it comes to my Indian curly hair, and I actually really like this one. And here's a tip. If they do not have an IG page, I would not recommend buying from them. The reason why I say I would not buy from them if they do not have a Instagram is because that has to do with marketing. If they're behind on marketing, their products probably ain't the best. Because, you know, if you have really good product, you're going to have your product posted on all platforms. You want to get your best results. You want to get the best exposure. So they do not have an Instagram page, do not buy from them. Or if they do, go to their Facebook page and see how many people have bought within that year. I do not buy from companies where they haven't had a review in 2 to 3 years. If you go back and all you see is reviews from 2 to 3 years, I would buy from them just for my YouTube purposes, but I would not buy from them as a regular consumer because they have not had any more reviews since like 2 years ago. So you're kind of playing Russian roulette with it. So that is about it, you guys. I do love this closure. I did not have to pluck it at all, which is the best part about it. I just bleached it, attached it to my unit, and I cut the lace, put some foundation powder on it, and I was good to go. I did wash it. Remember, you guys, if you are going to get a closure or a frontal from Diva Mane, you are going to want to use some Tresemme conditioner. I feel like that is what worked best for my closure because when I did dye it, I did use purple shampoo, and then I went back in with my Tresemme to make sure that it stayed in this curly, pretty state. So, I really didn't have to flat iron or straightening comb the roots at all. All it is put a little bit of water, brush it down, and it has stayed like this ever since. So this is a very manageable closure. Not only does Diva Mane have Indian curly closures, but they also have, I think, Vietnamese wavy and straight closures as well. And they only offer closures. Sorry. So with that being said, you guys, I will upload my unboxing somewhere on here, and you guys can see for yourself. The packaging was beautiful. The processing time was good. It took about a week to get, well, no, about 2 weeks to get to me. Processing time is normally 7 to 10 days on their closures or frontals. If I'm incorrect, I will correct myself somewhere in this video. Well, I will correct myself somewhere on the screen. But, yeah, you guys, so far so good. I will come back in a month and let you guys know how I like my closure. All right, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or you need some help finding a closure or frontal to match the hair that you have, please remember, do not put virgin hair with raw hair. Remember that. Unboxing for Diva Mane Elevations. I placed my order on April 30th, and I just received it today, and today is May the 13th. So this is the packaging. The packaging is so pretty, and it came in this pink bag here with a invoice. So I really don't want to mess up the packaging, you guys. The packaging is so cute. So I'm going to explain to you guys what hair I was finding a frontal or closure for. So each thing comes with a cute little Diva Mane sticker on it. And on the inside, you get a thanks for choosing Diva Mane, and then you get a thank you card that was handwritten, which I really like that. Then you get like their card, and it tells them what they carry, and you know the bundle deals and all those sorts of things. So then you get a hair care card, which is really cute, and your hair comes in this cute little net. And this is a 22-inch, and let me explain to you guys something. So here's the back of it. It's so pretty, and this is an Indian curly closure, and ooh, the curl pattern is just so freaking pretty.